Okay, so today I am going to have a conversation between what exactly the scenario and case. Okay. Hello.
This scenario and the test cases.
Yeah, scenario and
Okay.
test cases. Yeah, you have to see. You have to say like what exactly the scenario and cases, how to test this application. I will
Mhm.
provide you that.
Isn't test scenario like a broader, you can say like not as much detailed description, but a broad description
Okay.
of like what needs to be tested.
In,
Whereas in the test case, we have like more details of the steps of
mm,
what is the expected behavior, what is the actual behavior, and what environment we are testing it in, what we are testing and how we are testing, all those details.
mm. Okay, okay. Actually, what environment test to do test in this all comes under test plan. It comes under test plan. I'm asking what
Okay.
exactly the scenario.
Yeah, scenario is like what we are testing, what to test. And in the cases, we talk about how we test it.
Okay. Scenario means uh, to test the particular functionality of whole builder. To test all the functionalities on the particular module is called scenario. The case is for each and every functional validation of test data. Sorry, functional validation of each and every objects with respect of positive and negative test steps. So learn, understand carefully. Positive and negative test steps to do validation is called as a test case, whereas to test all the possible areas of testing is called as scenario. To test all the possible testing, all the possible areas to be tested is called as test scenario. The definition itself says that whatever we do the functional validation, the definition itself states that. Okay. See. So please don't forget. Okay. If you want to take a screenshot, and if anybody asks what exactly the difference between scenario and case, means you have to say this thing. Okay. All the possible areas to be tested. All the possible areas to be tested is called as test scenario. All the possible conditions to be tested. What are the conditions? Positive as well as negative steps. That is called as a condition. Based on the condition, test case will be prepared. Based on the condition, based on the steps, based on the test cases, scenario will be prepared. It's clear?
Yep.
Okay. Based on those conditions, steps, we prepare the cases. Based on
Mm-hmm.
functions, based on steps, based on the cases, we prepare the scenario. So scenario means all the possible areas to be tested. Case means all the possible conditions, preconditions. What are positive and negative cases, steps is called as a test case. Okay, so I shown one example. Few test scenarios for Gmail application. To validate the functionality of login build, to validate the functionality of inbox, send, trash, spam, compose. These are all comes under test scenario. To validate the functionality of login build, it is one scenario. In login build, we go for positive data as well as negative data. Positive data as well as negative data. That is called as test case. It's clear?
Yep.
Till now, any doubt?
No.
So, functional validation for test cases based on positive and negative scenarios. Based on positive and negative, sorry, based on positive and negative test cases, steps. Okay. See here, check login with valid inputs, check login with invalid inputs. That is called as a case. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So don't forget, remember carefully the standardized definition. Okay. This is the standard definition. All the possible areas to be tested, all the possible conditions to be tested, and positive steps should be analyzed, negative steps should be analyzed. This positive and negative steps are called as the test conditions. Positive and negative is a condition. Steps are enter the valid user ID, valid password, click on go button, or that is called the step, in which is going to be resides involved in a case. With respect of the case, we can analyze the test scenario. Test scenario. This is called as exactly what we do. So if you cover this, if you know this, you can be very aggressive uh, for typing, testing of any criteria. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So don't forget, please know perfectly about this concept. Scenario, case, steps, as well as conditions. Is it clear?
Right.
Okay. Now I asked to prepare the test cases. Um, so I will do one thing. Now I will give the template. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will provide the testing templates. See, branch name. Now traceability matrix. After this. See, this is Gmail application law. So total, if you want to take a snapshot, otherwise it's better for you. For your reference, take a snapshot.
Mm-hmm.
Take a snapshot. And
Okay.
don't forget, prepare these functionalities and post in a group. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So the traceability matrix, reference, requirement or description, what type of application we are testing, the Discord is the requirement, what type of a build should be covered per testing is called as a scenario, and it contains possible cases. Nothing but steps, 9 or 15 or like that. The steps, which is going to be one test case reference, which is going to be one test case reference. Okay, for inbox page also similarly. For compose, for send, for spam, for trash, these all things comes under one specific scenario. Test data. So for to test a specific login builder, we have user ID password now that is called as username and a password value. Username and a password value. Okay, so username is this thing, description, and if you want to take a snapshot, otherwise take snapshot.
I did.
Okay, so project name is a Gmail application, module name is a login, and the test date. Project is Gmail, and the module is login builder, login entry page. We refer to the FRS specification login entry page that is called as a test case design, and the author name should be mentioned. So basically, test data is not prepared by us. This data will be provided by the superior persons. So username and what is the input validation data. Then based on this, we can prepare a boundary value analysis as well as equivalence class partition. Equivalence class partition. Data range with valid and invalid. Okay. For username, this is the data. For password, this is the data. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Fine. So next we focus on scenario. First prepare that. See, no need to go for preparation of traceability matrix as well as test data. Because as a tester, we can prepare only scenario and cases. We can prepare only scenario and cases and provide a defect report template. Provide a defect report template. Okay, so scenario, what is the scenario? It is saying take a snapshot.
Okay, done.
Okay, so project name is in Gmail. See, this is a comment. Basically, this type of a template is provided by the superior person, and it is inbuilt in organization. They will provide this. Okay, here if you want to keep our company logo, we can keep here. Okay, project name and the Gmail project name, the module we are going for to test, and what the reference document should be provided or referred by, prepared date and review date, and like the requirement and the module, what individual module we are going to be test. For a respective module, we have a test scenario description. Test scenario description. So test scenario description is a login module, inbox module, compose module, then spam, trash. Basically, one module should be covered is called as test scenario. To validate functionality of login builder, to validate the functionality of inbox module, to validate the functionality of compose module. For a specific module, we have the test cases. So if you want, take one snapshot, this one also.
Done.
Okay. Yeah, take. It's okay.
Yep.
Okay. So the project name is a Gmail login. Sorry, project name is a Gmail, and the module is a Gmail login. For the respect to login module, we are testing. We are testing. So the case ID, requirement ID, scenario ID mentioned properly, and the case description is what we have to test. That is called the case description. Enter valid credentials. Okay, that is one positive case, and enter invalid credentials. It is one negative case. For valid credentials, what is a prerequisite? Prerequisite means if you want to open a page, if you are going to open the page, then only it is eligible to do testing, right? Which module? After getting the login privilege, if you have permissions to enter with valid credentials, then only it is able to scope up for testing, right? So user should have login privilege. If you want to test for valid credentials, user should have login privilege. That is the step one. And with respect of step one, enter valid user ID and valid password. Click on submit. This is a pause to test step. Pause to step. For only enter valid credentials, we can have only one step. Okay. For invalid credentials, we have three steps: valid, invalid, invalid, valid, invalid, invalid. It's clear? Hello? You've been there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You can
So,
hear me?
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. First step, we have the valid credentials. For invalid credentials, it is for three steps. So what is the input field? Whatever the data is given by the provided in the test data, that should be mentioned here. Valid user ID, valid password. So what is the expected result? System should display home page. So when we insert a valid details, system is going to open a page. Okay. So don't say it is opening the page. Like that, don't say. Application is not working as per expected behavior. Okay, you have to provide the concept if you are going to provide the actual result with a nice terminology. So most of the cases, for expected result, system should open a page. That is our specification says FRS. If you're getting the page, then pass. Otherwise, test will be failed. If your test is failed, then what happens when you click this? It goes to the defect report. This thing we will discuss you later.
Mm.
Okay. So you're getting no.
Yep.
So step description, input field, expected result, actual result, and the test pass or fail criteria. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This is actually wherever we are going to test for individual bills, we have to prepare like this. So this is, see, for valid credentials, invalid credentials, as well as for the enter blank details. This all comes under one case only, because all these steps will be going to be implemented on a login build. Okay. So enter, so for a specific credential value, that is called as login builder. Okay, valid
Mhm.
credentials, invalid credentials, as well as enter blank details. This is called
Mhm.
as test case description. This is called as test case description. Okay.
Yep.
Like this, we have to focus on each and every field. Next, what is the Another case, check the valid functionality of log, forget the password. Check the valid functionality of forget password. This is case test scenario 2, not case is test scenario 2. Based on that, you have to test it. So these are the steps. See, so invalid credentials, if you focus on invalid credentials, all the steps will be met in each, only one single cell. You know how to keep all the values in particular single cell? Because see, observe carefully, this is invalid credentials. How many ways of probability to get invalid credentials? First one is valid and invalid password. Invalid user ID, valid password. Invalid user ID, invalid password. So like that we have to do. If you focus on this, alt enter goes to next line. The same cell, if you want to move for next line, alt enter. Alt enter shows next line. Okay. Fine. Like this, we have to focus on each and every valid and invalid. So these are all invalid credentials and the valid responsibilities. Based on this, we can analyze the functionality for validating. Any doubts up to here?
No, good so far.
It's clear now?
Yep.
Okay. So it should be implemented perfectly. Whenever we are writing the cases, you should provide we should provide a aggressive text. Should not be, it should be good looking with a technical terminology. If you're looking for technical terminology, then it is a aggressive in nature. Okay, so similarly, if you are going for invalid, all valid and invalid credentials, obviously, what is the expected behavior? System, it should not allow to log into the navigate to the page, right? System should not display inbox page, but saying that please enter valid user ID and the valid password. It should display like that. Depend upon that, we have to cover the actual result. So every time whatever we do, like expected should be compared with actual, should be slightly changes. See, now I given here, system should display inbox page. Now actual result is what? Applicant is not working as per expected behavior. Fine. System should not display inbox page. There is a difference, no, to get to type the text. Here, see here, inaccurate result. Instead of login system, it is saying that wrong password, try again, or click forget password to reset. Forget password to reset it. Okay, like that we
Mhm.
have to focus. So for each and every expected and actual result, you have to mention like this. Okay, so prepare according to the data, prepare scenario as well as test case. Depend upon scenario and case, you have to focus on defect report. That will be later we will focus, but you have to go for test data, test scenario, as well as preparation of test case. Is it clear? Any doubt?
Okay. So, which one do you want me to do? The test
Yeah.
data?
Pardon. Yeah.
You said I have to do for test data, test scenario, and test
Test.
case, right?
Yeah. Test
And
data.
which website do you want me to do this for? Which URL?
You for Cyclos.
For Cyclos. Okay.
Yeah, this
I
application.
actually had done a little bit and sent to you asking if I was doing it correct. So
Yeah,
that's how I'm
yeah,
supposed to do, right?
yeah. But somewhat there is should be analyzed. I will check it out. Okay, I will check it out clearly. Doesn't matter. Okay, so for You're getting no. Hello? Hello? Edwinder? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah. Did
Mm,
you get a chance to check what I had actually sent you?
I have to check. I have some. Okay, I have to look after one second. To be frankly saying,
Okay.
I review not reviewed exactly. I will today. I will check it out, and I
I
will.
had just started it. I had not finished it. I was only asking if this is the correct way to do it. That was the question. I had not finished it.
Okay. I
Yeah.
got only the scenario. No, I
Yeah, that's
got.
what I'm saying. I just had asked this question, like, is this the correct way to do it? That was the only question I had asked. I had not finished it.
Yeah, yeah, and it is the correct way of doing it. But
Okay,
you
yeah,
didn't.
that
Yeah, you
I'll
didn't
finish
prepare
it today.
the. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cyclos. This is only you prepared.
Yeah.
Okay. So you focus on preparation clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For dashboard as well as for uh, what we say dashboard as well as see you are getting these values no here. Instead of this, what you will do, if you want to edit the text, okay, now see here, wrap it and go for select this, okay,
So you want me to do it for the dashboard and what else?
yeah, dashboard and bank,
I'm sorry, what's the second part?
banking module is there
Banking.
now,
Okay, banking.
yeah, yeah, okay,
Okay.
okay, but you have to prepare this scenario also. Depend upon the scenario, you have to prepare the test cases. Okay, so like this, grab this, it will come to you. Okay, fund transfer, map. So somewhat of for manual testers, somewhat of test like somewhat of Excel sheet knowing this better. So navigate to the registration page, enter valid details, submit the form. User is registered and receives a confirmation mail. Very good. Actual result, you have to compare. You have to compare it clearly. Okay. And then for user login, this is a registration page, this is a login build, the fund transfer. In Cyclus, this one, right?
Yep.
Okay, it is a Cyclus application, no? Okay, fine. So So we have the scenario verified that a new user can successfully register. Very good. Then check if a registered user can log in with valid credentials. Then ensure funds can be transferred between two users. Good. Your text is so nice. Your whatever you written, it is clearly good, good, well and good. But the thing is, you have to prepare the scenario first. According to the scenario, prepare the case ID. Okay, it is
Mm-hmm.
also aggressive, but for registration, there are so many options. No, verified that a user can successfully register. Okay, navigate to the registration page, enter valid details, submit the form. Very good. These are the steps. User is registered and received a confirmation mail. Okay. To alternate mail ID. To alternate mail ID. You have to write like that. Okay. Yeah, this thing is very nice. Do one thing. You go for Gmail application, prepare all the things for respective login, inbox, as well as sent compose.
Give
Okay.
me a second. Let me just write it. So you don't want me to do it for the Cyclos, but the Gmail,
No, no,
right?
no. Wait. You do Gmail as well as for the cyclos.
Okay,
Then
for Gmail, which one?
Gmail for login as well as for okay, login is enough for Gmail. Whereas for cyclos you go
Dashboard
for
and banking.
exactly dashboard and banking.
Okay.
Okay, so your data is very aggressive. Okay, but you cover all the dashboard things and these all things and banking. Okay, cover all the things. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, this will be a added advantage for your upcoming project. Okay, if you are really doing uh, sometimes maybe work from home or sometimes maybe hybrid. Okay, it will be aggressive in nature when you go for all the scenarios based testing. Okay, so like this features scenario, so good, it here also it's clear, but separate, mention separately the scenario name. Okay, it's also very aggressive. You can have the concepts like this also, but test data is also mandatory. You didn't kept a test input field. Where the input field is there, you provide the steps but there is no input field. Test data is not available here. You have to mention that. Okay, expected result, actual result, and status. That's good. But scenario and the where is the case ID you mentioned. There is no test case description. There is no prerequisite. See this one. Prerequisite, test case description, step description. You mentioned step ID, isn't it? So this is the step sign. Steps. Of course, steps, test steps consist these step one, step two, step three, as well as the test steps also very good. But where is the input field? Oh, didn't mention input field, you know. So input field. This is the row, row will be added. Step description. You mentioned this. You combined it. This very good. That doesn't matter. But where is test case description? Test case description is also required. No. Of course, you cannot able to prepare the scenario separately, but feature. Okay, it's nice. User registration, user login, fund transfer. Okay, but this is the feature requirement. Where is step description? You have to mention the step description. You have to mention the input field also. Then compare with expected and actual result. If it is
Okay.
similar,
Hold on for 1 second, Shiva. Let me write this.
yeah, right.
Okay. Say the steps again. Where does the table start? What's the first thing you want? Test data, right?
Yeah, test data,
Okay. And then after the test data,
test scenario,
test scenario,
then test case.
and then test case. Okay.
Okay, so I already explained, I will already provide you data is this format. Okay, you captured the screenshot now?
Yeah, I did actually earlier too. So we have test data, we have test scenario, test case, and what about that input value which you were saying?
Input field, see, data range with value. This is the data, no? You didn't mention the input field here. Krishna, I given the test data as Krishna Kant and invalid data. So input field is this thing.
This comes after the test steps.
Yeah, after test step description. After test, you didn't mention here, no. You that is also mandatory.
I
Mention
think
here.
I'm a little. Can we just go back and start it like one time again? Because you told me test data, then you said test scenario,
Yeah,
then
test
test
data.
case.
Exactly, test case.
Okay, so where does the input field come after the?
After the step description.
No, after test case comes, what is this prerequisite?
Prerequisite means you have to get the privilege permission to,
No, but this comes after the test case, right?
yeah, test case description. Right.
Okay, and then after that you have step numbers.
Yeah, step number. You can merge
Then
these two things at a time. Doesn't matter. Whatever you wrote
input
here,
field.
this is very good. Doesn't matter. But why you are keeping all the three things means this should be meaningful. It should be interacted with each other. If you do all the things, then only you are registered for a particular site, and you can get a confirmation mail.
Hmm.
If there is any variations for the individual steps, then go for another cell.
So after the test steps, you mean to say I need the input field.
Yeah, input field.
And
After
for this one, like if I say navigate to the registration page, there is no input field. But when
Mhm.
I say enter valid details, then I have to put in a valid username, valid password.
Yeah, exactly. Very good.
And then the second will be
Yeah,
valid username, invalid password.
like that. See, we have three
Okay.
invalid. The three invalid will be kept here, but valid will be not mixed with these two cases, two steps, right? This is only for valid. This is only for invalid. In
Hmm.
invalid option, we can keep three steps, but you cannot merge these three steps into this step. No,
Okay, so in the input field, you have actually given the username that you have used.
input field, username and see. This is the username and password.
Mm-hmm.
Username and password. Valid, invalid, invalid, valid, invalid, invalid. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Check it the data, insert the data, and compare with expected and actual result. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you written, it is nice. Very
So you
good.
have actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 columns, right? This is how I have to do it.
These all not required. Whatever you wrote, that is very good.
No, 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 not mine. I'm talking about yours. You have like 10 different
Yeah,
columns
yeah.
in the table.
But
Test
we,
data, test scenario, test case, prerequisite, step number, test step description, input field, expected result, and actual result. That's how I am supposed to write, correct?
very good. But this is not mandatory. We can keep or may not keep. That doesn't matter. But
Okay.
scenario D is mandatory. If you based on scenario D only, you will prepare the case description, the prerequisite steps, step description. So these two are not required. This is required. What I'm trying to say, this is required.
Mhm.
Because without scenario, how can you prepare the case description? So previously, what we did previously, if you go for a Facebook application, this is another format. In just a minute, I will show you. Just a minute. What I'm going to. Okay, what I said actually. Okay, Facebook app. No, yeah. See here. This person did what he did. See, case ID, scenario ID. So according to the scenarios. See, TS01 requirement, login module, scenario description, important priority, number of test cases, scenario ID. You mentioned, you mentioned scenario ID. Also, in the test data, you prepared like this: user and amount for respective column, and for CP, create account functionality. It is for Facebook, create account functionality, create account functionality. Okay. See, he kept a case ID, scenario, case title, that is nothing but test case description, prerequisite, steps, input field, expected result, actual result. That's it. There is no traceability matrix. There is nothing else. So, right, this is the better thing for your sake. But according to the team lead or senior engineer, he may keep the separate ID for tracing of all the requirements. If we keep this thing, it means that what happens, you cannot you cannot miss a single functionality. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot miss a single function, but it is not mandatory. See how this guy given case ID, scenario ID, nothing but a case description and the prerequisite. Step next, input data. Don't forget to keep a input data. Okay, then expected and compare with actual. If two are similar, pass. Otherwise, fail. That's it. Okay, you are getting what I'm saying.
Yep.
Okay, like this you have to do. This is most enough to prepare the cases. Okay, do it for Gmail application login validation. Do it for Cyclos dashboard as well as for banking. Okay,
Yep.
and any doubt till now?
No, looks good, but it'll be good once I do it correct when I show it to you.
Yeah.
Right now, I can say yes.
Yeah, somewhat confusion.
Yeah, because the more I'll do it, the more I will understand it.
Yeah, more you will do it, you can expertise in particular preparation of cases.
Mm-hmm.
That is the thing. Okay,
Can I? Can, I just actually, because I had started working on it, I changed the names on it. Can I show this to you?
sure, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Just a minute. Just a minute. I will close this. Yeah,
Let me see.
show,
Wait a second. Let me see if I can do that.
show me. Hello, are you sharing? Yudvinder, are you there? Hello.
Yeah, Shiva, give me 1 second. Once I get out of the screen, you cannot hear me. So I'm just going to share it. Give me 2 minutes.
Okay, okay, okay. Fine, fine.
Okay, can you check it now? I actually shared just adding the table names as you suggested and see if I did it correct.
See, drop drop into the group. Don't keep here. Drop into the group.
No, the thing is, I'm not done yet. So I just want you to have a look at it. I'll put it in the group once I'm done, finish the
Oh,
whole thing. I just want you to have a look at it.
sure, sure, sure.
Hmm.
Okay, enter valid username and then click on login. Input fields. What is in with TBD?
Means to be displayed. It has been displayed.
Okay. Should don't repeat same data here. Okay. You
Where?
change the meaning should be similar, but change the text. Conversation will be somewhat different.
Where do you want me to change it? That's the reason I'm showing it to you. Say the name, which column? A, B, C, D, E, which one?
H1 actual result. You kept all TBD, 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 right? Okay.
Okay.
Now user should log in successfully. That's very good. User should log in successfully. In actual result, see when your actual result will come after testing on an application, you get a output called as actual result.
Mhm.
If your
So what do
page
you
is
want me to write there?
yeah, if your page is open, then say system is displaying as per expected behavior.
Mhm. So
Next,
that's going to be
next
too
one.
long. I can just write, right? Displayed.
Display. Yeah, no, no, no. You have to write. Why? Because when you write like that, then only it will be aggressive.
Okay. The other ones are okay. A, B,
Yeah,
C, D. Yeah.
yeah. Just a minute. I'm checking test data ID, scenario ID. Okay, case ID, prerequisite. What is one?
This is, I'm just going to write what are the numbers, like what are the prerequisites. I haven't finished it yet. This is just like to show you this is how you want me to do it.
See, don't write any one here. The system should able to user should user should able to have a login privilege. Users should have login privilege. Okay, if you're going for a Gmail or a Cyclos page, user should have a login privilege. If you get a prerequisite, then you can enter. Write the step description. It is very good. Enter valid user and password, then click on login. Very good. Then do not mention username password. I'm asking to insert the value here.
Okay.
Mention the value, username value as well as password value.
Hmm.
Refresh the dashboard and measure the loading time. So it is not required. Loading time by we are not doing performance. First we do functional only.
Hmm.
Okay. And there is no input field for this. Don't write the dashboard. Why you are writing
Okay.
that? Okay, like that. Check if the balance displayed matches expected value. What is this? Check if the balance, verif, check the balance for a specific field. Matches expected value will comes under here in expected behavior. Check if the balance displayed matches expected value will be comes here in the expected behavior. Based on that, your application is working or not should be written in a actual result. Okay, balance display. Do not require this. See, yeah, this is not input field. Balance displayed will be comes should come here in expected result. Correct balance should be displayed. Okay, but why you are writing in display balance display? Not required because in the specific step, this is the step description. It's very good. in the specific step, what is the output? You have to get output this, but you are inserting any data here. You're not inserting any data, no. Then do not go for a balanced display. Okay.
Okay.
The balance display value should be come here. Whatever you wrote, it is correct. But do not write in the input field. Input field, when you write, means on the edit boxes.
So
See,
this should be blank, you mean to say there should be no
yeah,
balance display?
not applicable. NA.
Okay.
So for this, click on baking. It should navigate to this. Okay, like this you can do. And
Okay.
suppose my watches is there. To go for business directory. Now the keyword, we will insert the data. This is the data, whatever we are inserting. Whereas for order by, you will select the value according to the name order. Okay, you can select the value. Okay, but in this field, you can insert the value. That is the text object. That's why we have to input the data. Insert the input data. Okay, don't forget, don't confuse. Only for a text to object we have can able to insert. For rest of the fields, you are not insert any value, and do not mention any field value for a specific object also. Not applicable. Okay. Okay, you wrote this. This is correct. Refresh the dashboard and measure the loading time. But of course, we do first functional validation. Later part, we will go for that. But why you are getting input fill is dashboard? So you are writing here, no, dashboard should load within 3 seconds. Okay, that is a good according to www rule. According to the rule. Okay, wall web rule, but no, do not mention dashboard value here in input field. Not applicable. So whatever you wrote here, you closed down. Hello.
Input field should be blank, you mean to say?
Input field should be blank.
In dashboard.
Exactly. Don't keep any object here, because you are testing. You are not inserting the value here. No,
Mm-hmm.
you're not inserting any value here. Don't mention input
Okay.
field. That is the thing.
Okay.
Okay. So likewise, you can focus on each and every data. Fine.
Okay.
So as of now, it's clear.
Yep.
Okay, like that you have to focus for a real-time testing. Okay. Max extent, based on this only we can able to do test. Okay.
Okay, so I have to correct the prerequisite thing,
Mm.
the input field, and the
Exactly.
actual result, right?
Mm.
Okay,
Actual.
so these three need to be done, like corrected, and then this is good.
Yeah. And
Okay.
mention, so you mentioned scenario ID, but where is the scenarios? You have to keep in separate for sheet, no, like this.
Okay,
Mm.
so you want me to put a detail of the scenarios, huh?
Yeah, scenarios.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So whatever you wrote previously, that is very good. So previously you sended me, no, that is good. According
Mm-hmm.
to that only you can write. Okay. Yeah, what I'm saying, you're getting, no.
Yep.
Okay. What you send, that is nice. Okay. But in that
Mhm.
there is no input field, and you should mention the test data separately, as well
Okay.
as scenario separately.
Okay.
Okay, based on that. focus on each and every task.
Okay.
Yeah. So can you do?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. After doing, keep it in the group.
Okay.
Yeah. So tomorrow is Wednesday, no?
Yeah. Same time.
Yeah. Same time I will take. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday if possible. Narasimha sir will take.
Okay.
Okay. So tomorrow at
Okay.
same time I will take a session for you.
Okay, right. I'll do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Till then, have a nice time. Thank
You
you.
too. Thank you. Bye
Yeah.
bye.